This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, 3 Dunedin city organisations have been announced as finalists in a major industry award. A French cat on a round-the-world voyage has been confined to the brig aboard his skipper's damaged yacht at Carries Bay. And the Department of Conservation is praising onlookers after they ushered a juvenile seal back to the harbour. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. 3 Dunedin city organisations have been announced as finalists in the 2018 New Zealand Events Association Awards. The Dunedin City Council, Dunedin Venues Management Limited and the New Zealand International Science Festival are all in the finals, beating fierce competition from across the country.
Over 1,000 school pupils filling Dunedin's Octagon with a ukulele jam held the day before Ed Sheeran's concerts back in late March. The event was organised by the City Council as part of their Paint the Town Ed festival. Now the success of that project has been recognised with a nomination for Best Local Government Event in the upcoming Events Association Awards.
So it shows the Dunedin events industry is on track. We're looking with our strategies, and we really are, as you said, punching above our weight in a really creative way, I think, that celebrates the Dunedin brand.
Jackman says the success of the Ed Sheeran weekend illustrates Dunedin's positive attitude towards major events.
We're actually quite lucky that we've got a city that embraces different ideas and unique ideas, and we work really closely together. So we've got a tight-knit team of city stakeholders that are pretty keen to take a risk, and I think we're brave around what we do, and I think it pays off for us.
Dunedin's New Zealand International Science Festival is also up for Best Regional Event. This year's festival featured over 200 events entertaining and educating people from preschool and up. Dunedin Venues Management Limited are also up for 2 awards for staging this year's Ed Sheeran concerts at Forsyth Bar Stadium.
This feels like I'm playing in Dublin, you guys are mental!
They've been nominated for Best Emerging Event Professional, and the stadium itself is up for Best Venue.
And it came about from a lot of hard work. Once the promoter allocated the show Ed Sheeran here that weekend, it meant everybody had to start thinking outside the square. So it's a culmination of not only an incredible weekend of effort, but the whole entire 2018.
Davies is confident the stadium will continue to punch above its weight, despite the spectre of a rival facility in Christchurch.
Oh, competition's competition, and we can't care about what goes on up the road. We care about today, tomorrow, and what we can manage. We've proven ourselves, to your point, over the last 3-4 years. We have great relationships in the market. We're selling tickets, and we're delivering brilliant events. So all we focus on is doing what we do better, day by day. And it's going to be a challenge for Christchurch to not only come to market, but to challenge us. We're here for the long haul, and we're going to win content and we're going to go hard.
The winners of the Events Association Awards will be announced in March next year. In Dunedin, for The South Today.
A man charged over the hit-and-run death of an Oamaru teenager has pleaded guilty. The man was charged over the death of 14-year-old Zara Blackie, who was killed in a hit-and-run when she was struck by a car in October. A 30-year-old Oamaru man pleaded guilty to a charge of failing to stop and ascertain injury at the Oamaru District Court today. He was granted continued name suppression. Zara's funeral was held in October, with family members saying her death had left a huge emptiness in their hearts. A French cat on a round-the-world voyage has been confined to the brig aboard his skipper's damaged yacht at Carries Bay. Navy has been locked up on the orders of the Ministry for Primary Industries, under strict quarantine at a secure berth near Port Chalmers in Dunedin.
Okay.
Taking some welcome time out at Carries Bay near Dunedin, French sailors Franche Guyon and Francis Tolan are partway through a single-handed circumnavigation of the globe, commemorating the 50th anniversary of the first solo non-stop round-the-world yacht race. But while the event is a solo effort, Guyon says his friend Tolan has some company on the journey, Navy the cat.
Behind the doghouse, and I like to be here when the weather is strong. It's good places here. You can see everything.
But Navy's been banished to the brig under the strict orders of MPI. They got wind of the feline crew member and locked him in a cage under strict quarantine.
One time by day, MPI official came to Francis, give him to eat, to change his toilets and to see if all thing is good for him.
MPI say Navy's confined to the yacht, but it appears they're yet to decide what will happen to the cat when the vessel undergoes repairs to its hull. Tolan's yacht limped into Otago Harbour after blowing out 3 sails, having engine problems and striking rocks off the Otago coast. But speaking via fellow race participant and friend Guyon, Tolan says the cat makes a fine crew member who enjoys life at sea.
He likes very much to live on board.
Over the past 6 months, Navy and Tolan have sailed from France through the Atlantic and across the Indian Ocean, but it hasn't all been plain sailing.
One time he have go on water, but alors tu l'as sauvé comment?
Je l'ai récupéré.
Comme ça, juste avant, and he have saved him just limit one time, yes.
The cat even has a life jacket, but it's rarely used as Navy tends to keep off deck. In Dunedin, the South Today.
St Kilda firefighters have come to the aid of St Clair Kindergarten, with the property becoming inundated with flood water this morning. The Dunedin Kindergarten Association say flooding has been a recurring problem for the kindies since the major South Dunedin floods 2 years ago. They say it is the 15th time since 2016 it has happened, and the pumps on the property cannot handle the amount of water the city's been getting. St Clair School also had to close one of its entrances because of flooding. The Department of Conservation is praising the efforts of staff at Bunnings Dunedin and members of the public after they ushered a juvenile seal back to the harbour. The department says it is reasonably common at this time of year and is urging anyone who encounters wildlife out of their natural habitat to alert them as soon as possible.
Department of Conservation rangers on Portsmouth Drive this morning say staff of a hardware store did a fantastic job directing a young male seal back to the water.
This morning a young fur seal had come out of the harbour along Portsmouth Drive and crossed the road and gone to Bunnings. Not sure what he was looking for.
The seal was found in the freight yard of Bunnings, having made it safely across morning traffic on one of the major arterial routes into the city. And Fife is asking the public to call them if they see young fur seals coming ashore, as it's quite common this time of year.
Okay, this time of year the adult males become territorial on the outer coast at the various breeding colonies, and so some of those younger animals that are around are sort of chased out of those spots, and they're too young to partake in the action and go and try and find somewhere quieter, and obviously in this case he's come into the harbour.
He believes this particular young male may come ashore again, and they'd like to be able to take him out of city waters.
We think this one is small enough that we will relocate him to the outer coast again, just because there are so few places where he can safely get out of the water in the harbour.
While he's thankful to the hardware store staff and passers-by who helped this time, their message for the public is to give all wildlife space and let Doc know the details. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, Dunedin Police send the message no one is above the law as a policewoman is fined for misuse of her cell phone while driving. And we catch up with the local recipient of a special Dunedin Public Library Award.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making Lawn Care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
It's always really satisfying when a customer comes back after doing a purchase of outdoor furniture and knowing that we've got it done right.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Petrol prices getting you down? Keep the smile on your dial with an e-bike grin from Electrify NZ on Cumberland Street. For an average $2,000 savings per year, why wouldn't you? Book a test ride today.
It's that time of year. It's time to get into the garden and it's time to get your weed eater. Down here at the Power Garden Department at Andersons Bay Road, this year it's all about the cordless weed eater. Come down and see us at Mitre 10 Mega and we'll help you get it done right.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Welcome back. The Dunedin police officer caught using her phone while driving has received a ticket and a talking to. She was caught in the city on Wednesday last week during a police sting targeting motorists using their phones or not wearing seatbelts. Police are only allowed to use their phones while driving in emergency situations. Police say she was using the phone for work purposes, but in the circumstances could have pulled over or waited to use it. There will be no further action taken. There was a bit of unwanted drama at the Chamberson Hotel this morning. The sprinkler system was accidentally set off, resulting in sprinkler technicians having to sweep water from the foyer into the already rain-soaked street. The sprinkler system has only recently been installed, with technicians saying it looked like a contractor had accidentally hit one of the ceiling sprinklers while plastering. 4 Fire and Emergency New Zealand fire trucks were called to the scene but weren't needed. A boutique hotel is being developed inside the 108-year-old former Conservation House building. Each year, the Dunedin Public Library gives out an award to a local resident who's made a long and outstanding contribution to the library's collections, services or programs. Today saw the honour being awarded to the tutor of the Dunedin City Council Waiata Group.
Performing for a civic function. The Dunedin City Council Waiata Group has been well schooled by Moana Wesley, and today she received the Dunedin Public Library's citation for her role as the group's tutor.
I feel incredibly humbled, actually, incredibly humbled. I love the mahi that we do as part of the Waiata Group.
The group grew out of some cultural training sessions held for Dunedin Public Library staff nearly 20 years ago. Nowadays the group is regularly called upon to perform at council events and celebrations around the city.
We learn waiata, we are ready to support functions like this, openings, all kinds of things. We've got one at the Art Gallery this Friday.
The citation recognises a valuable contribution to the city's libraries over a long period. Wesley says the Waiata group is focused on cultural inclusion.
We spend a lot of time not just singing but also talking about how we honour all the cultures.
The council says the Waiata group has played a significant part in many DCC events in the community. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, the Wakatipu Ski Club receives a priceless box of treasures for history buffs, and we have tomorrow's weather for you, so stay with us.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
I just like it. It's something that you can see the fruits of your own labour. You put it right now, you don't have as much to do at Christmas. You come see me, Derek, in the garden department, and then we get it done right.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Hello, it's Jeremy down here at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay. We've got 35 different lawnmowers down in our power garden department. We've got ride-on mowers, petrol mowers, battery operated mowers, push mowers. Did you know we've even got a robot, a little robot lawnmower that pops out during the day when you're at work or play. It'll pop out and mow your lawn. So come down and see me, Jeremy, down in the power garden department at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay Road, where we'll help you get it done right first time.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Petrol prices getting you down? Keep the smile on your dial with an e-bike grin from Electrify NZ on Cumberland Street. For an average $2,000 savings per year, why wouldn't you? Book a test ride today.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Thanks for staying with us. Police are on the hunt for a man seen touching himself inappropriately close to an adult store on a central Dunedin street today. Police say they are carrying out area searches after the person was seen touching themselves in Princess Street just before 3 this afternoon. Police were seen searching the area close to Peaches and Cream after the incident. It comes after a man exposed himself to a high school pupil in North Dunedin in October and follows a search for a man seen naked on St Clair Beach on Friday night. A ski shop owner has been given a priceless collection of relics chronicling the history of commercial skiing in the Wakatipu Basin. Chris Vermeer, co-owner of Brown Ski Shop and treasurer of the Wakatipu Ski Club, was left the large box of items by a mystery woman towards the end of the winter season.
Treasure from a mystery donor. This box of priceless relics chronicling the history of commercial skiing in the Wakatipu Basin is now in the hands of Wakatipu Ski Club treasurer Chris Vermeer.
I guess when the Mountain Scene did a story at the start of winter, my face got in the paper, and sometime over winter a lady dropped off a box of stuff that had been in her garage for quite a long time.
He doesn't know who the person is, but says the collection is invaluable.
We're talking about, the minute books from 1939 all the way through till recent from the Wakatipu Ski Club, so when the ski club was just formed.
The relics also include old film reels and photographs of club coaches, members and supporters of the country's first commercial ski field. Vermeer says the books include interesting ideas about how to get the people of Queenstown behind this new thing called skiing.
It's quite funny when you read in the minutes about the discussions that people had about how to make skiing popular and how the airport might cope and how tourism would affect Queenstown. I mean, this discussion was going on 70, 80 years ago.
Vermeer plans to get the film reels digitised and send the collection to Arrowtown's Lakes District Museum to be curated in Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. 3 Dunedin city organisations have been announced as finalists in the 2018 New Zealand Events Association Awards. A French cat on a round-the-world voyage has been confined to the brig aboard his skipper's damaged yacht at Carries Bay. And the Department of Conservation is praising the efforts of staff at Bunnings Dunedin and members of the public after they ushered a juvenile seal back to the harbour. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us in tomorrow's ODT?
Good evening. Yeah, an interesting court story today with 3 people sentenced over a series of armed robberies at dairies in Dunedin earlier this year. There was Musselburgh, St Kilda and Mary Hill dairies targeted in July, and it really caused a bit of fear, I guess, amongst dairy owners around the city. A lot of them contemplating whether they wanted to get rid of their business, move into something else, seemed to be targeting cigarettes, those sorts of things. Fortunately, they had some arrests, and today the ringleader in those robberies has been jailed for 6 years, co-offenders for 4 years.
Good.
Yeah, so we catch up with some of these owners as well and have a bit of a chat to them. They're obviously relieved, and yeah, nice to see it move on, really.
Yeah, because a lot of them are family-owned businesses, so anything like that is already scary, but having your family maybe out the back of a dairy is just
and that was the real concern
next
as
level.
well. You know, there are instances up north where they've been arming themselves as well, and that's got the potential to go wrong as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, good result there. The Southern District Health Board's rolled out its new healthy food and drinks policy, which applies to cafes and retail outlets in the hospital. So I guess the salads are in, the sponge cakes are out. They've already barred sugared and sweetened drinks at their outlets, but now they're moving to other things as well. Lollies and a lot of cakes. Well, they can still sell cakes. They're only allowed to sell smaller portions and with slightly different ingredients as well. The rationale being that as a leading healthcare provider, they think they should be setting the example. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, don't go there if you want a muffin, I suppose. Go somewhere else.
Muffins are just sort of undernourished cakes, I think.
Got to be done. And on the sports front, an interesting story today out of Auckland with St Kentigern College being booted out of the top secondary schools rugby competition up there. Because they've been poaching players from other Auckland schools, and it's been going on. It's become a real big business, particularly in Auckland and some of the other main centres for the secondary school rugby, targeting the top players, dragging them in, and other schools missing out. So there have been claims at times that this goes on in our district as well. So we have a bit of a look at that and get some reaction generally about it. I mean, it is a genuine career option for some kids now. But some schools are going to extremes, and that's been exposed up in Auckland.
It'll be really interesting reading. Thanks for that. And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Tonight's southern view is of a quartet of spoonbills grazing in Otago Harbour. Looking at the situation, a strong cold southwesterly airstream will ease slowly tomorrow with showers clearing and fine weather developing over the region. But temperatures will be pretty chilly and the winds blustery. starting off at the northwest of the South Island. Greymouth and Westport can expect cloudy conditions and a high of 19 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson is wet but with a high of 18, and Blenheim also wet and expect a top of 17 degrees. And to Canterbury, a cloudy day for Kaikoura with a high of 14 degrees. Christchurch and Ashburton can also expect a few clouds and a high of 14. Looking at the southern centres, Catlins, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden are in for decreasing southwesterlies, mostly clear skies, and 12 degrees is the high for all of you. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes area, decreasing southwesterlies and mostly fine weather, and highs of 13 for Wanaka, Alexandra and Queenstown, and it is just 12 degrees for you in Te Anau. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru can expect strong southwesterlies, with weather becoming fine and a high of 13. Decreasing southwesterlies and mostly fine for Amarama and Twizel, and a high of 14 degrees for you both. And in Dunedin, cloudy tonight with strong gusty southwesterlies. Expect an overnight low of 8 degrees. Cloudy tomorrow morning with scattered light showers and strong cold southwesterlies, but becoming fine during the afternoon with sunny periods developing and winds slowly easing. A high of 13 and a low of 8. And it's mostly fine and sunny on Friday with northeasterly winds developing and milder temperatures. A high of 17 and a low of 12. And in Invercargill, showers clearing tonight with strong southwesterlies, looking at a high of 11 and a low of 7. And it's mostly cloudy tomorrow with a few sunny periods developing later. Fresh to strong cool southwesterlies easing slowly, looking at a high of 11 and a low of 5. And it's fine and sunny on Friday with light westerlies, planned for a high of 15 and a low of 9. That wraps up our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, channel39.co.nz, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.